Hi, my name is Janice Hankey, and I'm doing a research report based on a primary source for my women's history class, Women's Power. When I was first assigned this, I had no idea what to do. It's based on local history, and I'm from Gilroy, California, and I've never really thought of there being really interesting things that happened here in my town, let alone by women in my town. And so trying to find a topic that interested me, I thought was going to be extremely difficult. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was just so confused. But I sat and I focused on my daily routine, what I did during my day, to see if it would give me any leads as to what I could do my research report about. Well, I work at this place called the Milius Restaurant, and it's very dense with history. It was opened in 1922, and I'm working there now, and we still have like the original chandeliers from that time. We have the marble floor from that time, and we're all about anti-prohibition. That's like our thing. And there's this prescription that the owner of my restaurant has on our wall, and it was signed by Elise Johnson, and it was from the Prohibition, and she had actually prescribed whiskey to the original owner of my restaurant, George Milius Sr. I guess whiskey back then was used as a prescribed drug, just like medical marijuana use is today. And I just thought that was extremely interesting. So I thought that if I were to go into the Gilroy Museum, the Gilroy Historical Museum, I'd be able to find something that had to do with that. So I researched a time that I can go in there, and I scheduled an appointment for a Saturday. So I went in there, and I kind of just walked in, and I was intimidated at first, but when you go in there, the volunteers have like the brightest smiles. So I walked in, and I asked, do you guys have anything on Elise Johnson? And the ladies handed me the Johnson's file. Boom, I sat down. Unfortunately, I couldn't find too much stuff. I had on the white gloves and everything, and I flipped through, and I thought because Johnson's drugstore, the drugstore which she owned after her husband passed away, I thought that I was going to be able to find more stuff. I was able to look on the internet database there and find a census that talked about her, and so I found a few primary sources that I could use. It was kind of like a grueling process because I couldn't find anything, so I'd have to go on this internet database, and then I'd have to just talk to the volunteer and the helper that was near the archives. They're just so sweet, and they're so full of information. They just want you to be helped. And so after I was kind of discouraged about Elise, I was just talking about women's history in my town with the lady in the museum, and she told me about Electa Rockwell, and she gave me tons of information. She just handed me the file of the Weasley family, and apparently she was one of the first women to own land, and so I thought that was super interesting. So I got all this information, I copied it, then I got even more on a different topic just by talking to the workers of the place. So it's not hard, it's painless, it just takes a lot of time, and you just have to be focused and determined to do it. So I'm excited for this research report. I can do it. I have all these primary sources. They're not secondary sources, they're not interpretations, they're sources from that time. So I'm going to have fun with this. Wish me luck.